こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。ワールドカップアジア最終予選第4節で、日本代表はオーストラリアと対戦し、1対1の引き分けに終わりました。今回は試合後のオーストラリア代表の監督と選手のインタビューをお届けします。日本をリスペクトしていたのは試合運びからも十分にわかりましたが、勝ち点1を取れたことに満足していることが伺えます。それでは早速チェックしてみましょ
う。I think in the context of the group, of the week, of where we're at as a team, I think it's a fantastic performance, one we can be very proud of as a group, players, staff, overcoming a lot of different obstacles and put in a monster effort to, against a top team, and could have pinched it, but at the end of the day, I think a point is a reward for the work ethic and the attitude of everybody coming into this camp and wanting to really lay a foundation for us moving forward, and I think that's what we did.
It was a wonderful character from the group. They're very resilient, a lot of changes, a lot of players coming in for the first time, and just proud of the group, and we're happy with the result, of course. But I'd like us to get to the point that we expect more from games here.
It was a tough evening, physically and mentally. I thought the way we tried to play was really good, try to be brave, but that'll come, and the more we work with the boss and the more we kind of get used to the ideas. I think you've seen tonight that we were brave to play, we were brave off the ball. Listen, we got a little bit lucky with the goal, but so did they. So it was a night. They probably had the majority of the ball, but I thought as a whole, not just the back kind of 3, 5 and goalkeeper, I thought the boys put, as they always do, put an unbelievable shift up front. They work all so hard, it's a good point. It's just, you're kind of doing something right when you're just a little bit disappointed with the point, because obviously last time we were here, it was a last minute winner for them, which kind of left a real sour taste for kind of 3 or 4 years in the back of our heads. So. Yeah, a good point. And now, we look forward to the November games, which are huge.
Yeah, the atmosphere was crazy. Had to yell a little bit louder so the boys could hear you, and the communication was going to be key today with the way we had to defend. They're very active with their movement, and we had to be on point so they didn't punish us. I know they had a lot more possession and they were probably a bit more dangerous, but I thought they weren't too dangerous with a lot of their chances, and we put on in the important blocks, and very special to play against Japan, where I've played most of my club football. Very happy the boys. The boys put in a great shift. I know it can be a lot better on the ball and creating more chances, but we put the defensive shift in, we got the point, and we move forward. Like I said, important moving forward.
Tonight was tough. It was really tough. Japan it's an unbelievable team. The players they really show that there's levels to individual quality. So many world-class players on their side. You had to be switched on for the whole 90 minutes. You really couldn't lapse at all, and considering the conditions, especially with how we got here as well before the game, really happy with the boys.
It's obviously still early days under the new coaching staff, but there's a lot of positives to take and a lot of things that we can build on going forward as well. I think we were good tonight in defence, and good to keep them to an own goal and to come away with a point, but there's definitely more we can build on an attack, which is promising.
I think my role today was I had to feed on scraps, and I had to be physical presence and try and flick those balls through. I knew that Ado, Herstich and Riley McGree was going to be there in support, so I know I had to just flick it into the right amount of space and they'll be there. Thankfully Riley was, and we got the cross off Miller and tried to put that pressure in the box, and we got the goal, and I thought we did really well, I think, in that second half. Unfortunately, didn't walk away with the 3 points.
We knew these 2 games were absolutely massive for us. Obviously, don't want to dwell on the poor start that we had, but everyone knows it wasn't good enough, so we had to come and bounce back, and I think we've done that. And again, you could say the next 2 games are huge, but then the games in March are going to be huge, and then the games in June are going to even be bigger. So every game gets bigger and bigger, and I think that's what we talked about as a squad coming into this kind of stage 3 cycle, that it was only kind of a handful of lads that have played in this cycle and know what it's about, and kind of drawn on their experience and what it's like, obviously coming to places like this, tough environments, and it was we're only going to gain experience from it, and like you said, the games in November now are going to be so big.
This is the top for me. Playing for your country is, it's the pinnacle. So I'm leaving everything I have out there every game, and for me, it's nothing else is really acceptable. So yeah, I'm running myself into the ground for the team, and I think that's the minimum for everyone.
We'll reflect on a good October window. And in November we want to play better. So that will be the aim, and players go back to their clubs. Hopefully they go back healthy, they play well, and other players I'm sure will get an opportunity.
They just get bigger, don't they? China felt like the big game, then we come here, it's another massive game, and now you look Saudi and Melbourne in the context of the group, that's what it's all about. This is the best thing about playing international football: high pressure, big games, big moments, and this team's taken huge step forwards in a short amount of time. We're going to have more players, hopefully, back fit, playing more regular, playing, in their leagues as the leagues get going as well. There's a lot of different things that will add to this group. Hopefully, have a couple of boys back from injury as well, and we're just going to get stronger and stronger, and more time with the working in the new system and with the new staff, and everyone's obviously off. The two performances from this window, we're very excited for what's going to come next.
次は解説です。人によっては少し強いオーストラリアのアクセントもあり、試合後に興奮している状況の中で速いスピードで話すものは、リスニングするのも難しくなりますね。今日も良い表現が多くあったので参考になれば嬉しいです。それでは解説を見てみましょ
う。Overcoming a lot of different obstacles. Overcoming a lot of different obstacles, overcoming a lot of different obstacles, and could have pinched it.
ピンチは日本語で言うピンチと同様に危ない状況、ピンチであるという意味でも使いますし、洗濯バサミのような挟むもの、掴むことをピンチと言います。ここではそれを掴むことができた、つまり勝利を掴むことができた、という意味で使われています。
And could have pinched it. And could have pinched it.
They're very resilient.
リジリエントは回復力のある、立ち直りが早い、弾力性のあるという意味の形容詞で、リジリエンスという名詞とともによく使われます。物理的な弾力性にも比喩的な意味にも使われ、反発力が大きい、つまり忍耐力が強い、あるいは苦境や困難な状況から復帰する力が強いことを意味します。
They're very resilient. They're very resilient.
And we had to be on point so they didn't punish us.
パニッシュは罰する懲らしめるという意味の動詞で、特に悪い行為に対して制裁を加える場合や、ルール違反やミスに対する処罰として使われます。スポーツの文脈では、相手のミスを見逃さずに厳しく責める、ダメージを与えるという意味でもよく使われます。
And we had to be on point so they didn't punish us. And we had to be on point so they didn't punish us. But we put the defensive shift in.
シフトは通常シフトや勤務時間を指す言葉です。スポーツなどの文脈では、選手が一生懸命に取り組んだ時間や全力を尽くしてプレーした時間を指し、プットイナシフトのような使い方で素晴らしい働きをする、全力でプレーするといった意味になります。
But we put the defensive shift in. But we put the defensive shift in.
We really couldn't lapse at all. And
ラップスは一時的なミスや気の緩みという意味の名詞でも使いますし、集中力や注意が一時的に途切れることで失敗やミスが起こる状況を描写する際に動詞としても使われます。さらに、時間が経過することや気の緩みによって契約や権利が期限切れになるニュアンスから、契約が失効する、保険が切れるなど、期限に関わるシチュエーションでも使われます。
we really couldn't lapse at all. And we really couldn't lapse at all. And
I think my role today was I had to feed on scraps.
フィードオンスクラップスは直訳すると食べ物のかけら残り物で食事をするという意味ですが、比喩的に限られたリソースやチャンスを最大限に活用する状況を表現する際に使われます。リソースやチャンスが限られている状況でわずかなものをうまく利用するというニュアンスです。
I think my role today was I had to feed on scraps. I think my role today was I had to feed on scraps.
Obviously, don't want to dwell on the poor start that we had.
ドゥエルオンは何かにこだわる、何かについてくよくよ考えるという意味の表現ですが、特にネガティブな出来事や考えに対して必要以上に長く考え続けたり悩み続けることを指します。 過去の出来事や失敗についてあまり深く考えすぎないようにという意味で使われることが多いです。
Obviously, don't want to dwell on the poor start that we had. Obviously, don't want to dwell on the poor start that we had, and kind of drawn on their experience and what it's like.
デュローンは過去の経験、知識、リソースなどを活用する。頼るという意味です。デュローという動詞自体には引き出すという意味がありますが、デュローンと組み合わせることで過去のリソースや知識を現在に引き出して利用するという比喩的な意味になります。過去に得た知識やスキル、経験をもとにして現状に応じた判断や行動をするというニュアンスです。
And kind of drawn on their experience and what it's like, and kind of drawn on their experience and what it's like.
Playing for your country is, I mean, it's the pinnacle.
ピナクルは頂点や絶頂という意味の名詞です。何かの成功やキャリア、成績、出来事などの最も高いポイント、到達し得る最高の状態や成果を指すときに用いられます。ここでは、国の代表としてプレーすることが、選手にとってキャリアや人生で最も重要で素晴らしい瞬間であるというニュアンスを表しています。
Playing for your country is, I mean, it's the pinnacle. Playing for your country is, I mean, it's the pinnacle. Yeah, I'm running myself into the ground for the team.
Run into the ground は、地面深くまで走る。地面に突き刺さるほど使い果たすという比喩的なイメージから来ており、人や物を酷使する。疲弊させるという意味で使われます。特に、限界を超えるまで何かを使ったり、人に無理をさせる場合に使われます。また、アイデアや話題を繰り返しすぎて台無しにする意味でも使われます。
Yeah, I'm running myself into the ground for the team. Yeah, I'm running myself into the ground for the team.
Reflect on a good October window.
リフレクトオンは何かを振り返る。何かについてよく考えるという意味のイディオムで、過去の出来事や経験について深く考え、学んだり、反省したりする際に使われます。単に思い返すだけでなく、その経験から何かを得ようとする姿勢を含んでいます。
Reflect on a good October window. Reflect on a good October window.
いかがでしたか？期待が高かった分、今回のアジア最終予選における初めての失点と初めての引き分けは、非常に残念すぎる結果でしたが、オーストラリアがとても高いリスペクトを持って守備に徹したこと、スタジアムへの道中で巻き込まれた交通渋滞によって到着が遅くなったことについても、大きな不満や言い訳をせずに、正当に勝負し、勝ち点を得たことには、相手を称賛できる点だったと思います。私もスタジアムで観戦しましたが、七海コーチがスタジアムのサポーターに要求したとされるように、確かに殺気立つような雰囲気ではなかったものの、単純に日本の勝利を、良いプレーを期待し、ワンプレーに沸き、期待し、残念がる。純粋なファンの反応であり、個人的にはとても良い雰囲気を楽しめました。久しぶりの失点、久しぶりの引き分けという結果も、オーストラリアの徹底した試合運びも、それをどうにかして崩そうとする、伊東純也のピッチ横断ドリブルも、中村敬斗の再三にわたるチャレンジも、すべて貴重なものとして見れてよかったと思います。次は11月ですが、この結果をもって次の試合でどのようなプレーをするのかも楽しみに感じますので、またみんなで応援しましょう。今回もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。